we changed from the Guesty price optimizer over to Pricelabs officially. We wanted to make this video because I recently made a little walkthrough video for Pricelabs and for the Guesty price optimizer. And all in all, we said for us it's a better fit to go with Pricelabs, and the reason is because with Pricelabs, it's the pricing of it, without having to tweak anything, it's more aggressive. It is how do I say this? It is a lower rate to guarantee the booking, just from what we were noticing. And with if you get booked for a couple of weeks in a row, you could always manually go into Pricelabs and increase your base pricing, or depending on what you have it set to already, So and with Guesty, it was a little bit of more challenging, because the base pricing was like the base price that they'll set for you if you leave it on the median was a little too high to get the house booked regularly. And then the median price for the economy, or the lower rate, was just way too low. So if we got bookings at that rate, it was like a drastic discount. So we had to go in, and for the weekends especially. So that was the biggest problem we ran into, was like if we just go in and without manually having to set the price and having it just set, like use the recommended median price, it was just too high. Like we got a couple of bookings, but it was just too high. And then for the week, it was just too high, especially. And then when we went to the lower recommended price, because if you've never used it before, you have the recommended low end, median, and high end. And so we went to the low end, and so yeah, it was a good price for the weekend. I mean, for the weekday, but for the weekend, it was way too low. So it was like, oh my god. So you could go into your settings and increase your pricing by by whatever percent you want for any day of the week. And so we did that. So we were like, okay, so we'll go to the lower end pricing for Guesty, and we'll increase by 15%, or between 15 and 20% for the weekend. And it didn't always work, because sometimes on the weekend it was a slow weekend, so we didn't want it that high. So you have to go in and change it, but you can't change it for only this coming weekend and not the rest. It's like all the weekends you have to change, all the Saturdays. So when you increase it by 15% on Saturday, it increases it for the whole year. So I was like, oh my god, this is taking too much tweaking, too much messing. I was spending too much time messing around with Guesty. Whereas with Pricelabs, it was more like, all right, let me go in, let me set the median price and leave it there. Or, which is what we have it now, is let's set it to the market-based price, where they give you, the software gives you, depending on your history, gives you a price. So we're priced, the recommendation for us was to be priced at the 65th percentile on Airbnb and the 75th percentile in VRBO. So, and then bookings was whatever, 65th percentile, something like that. So yeah, and it's crazy because we go back and right away we get like 2 bookings back to back, like within 24 hours, like bam, bam. It's like, yeah, this software is just way better. So just wanted to make this video to share everybody, like, the most important thing with your Airbnb business, your Airbnb hosting business, is the pricing. That is number one, right? We got to make sure that we're optimized there. And obviously, you want to make sure that you have your guests have a good experience. But pricing, we need to be right with the pricing. So Pricelabs, and we're gonna just stick with it. So we're gonna stop messing around because you lose money. But us as hosts will be able to use this knowledge and this experience for the next person who we help out, or the next home we purchase. So all right, everybody, if you have any questions, drop a comment.